are you, sir?
Doing good, bro. Good to see you again, and doing fine. My birthday today. I'm a nice young 59. I actually like. If I spend my birthday at home, it's nice, but all I do is go eat with Robin, which is great. Don't get me wrong, but most of the time my birthday falls on tour now. And Tommy, my drummer for Crowbar for 20 years now, his birthday is April 12th and I'm April 14th. So, we spend a lot together of our birthdays,
Good for you guys.
Tour,
Good for you guys.
Last year we were home, but the 2 prior years we were, or whatever, before COVID, and, it kind of slowed down COVID-ish. But, you get to my age and don't really even celebrate it. You're just glad to wake up. So,
Well, so the last time I saw you, correct me if I'm wrong, was on Halloween.
Yep.
Before that, it was September when Crowbar was on a U.S. run. And then after Halloween, you guys went to Europe. You came back. You've done these U.S. dates. And now you're going back to Europe soon?
We'll go back in June. We just went to England, Ireland, and the UK, and then we had a little over 2 weeks off. And this is a short tour, but we crammed 15 shows in 16 days. So, tonight makes 14 in a row.
Are you tired?
Yeah, fuck yeah. But, I'm fine. I mean, if we had 5 more in a row, we'd all, we always tell each other, and it's the truth, your mind, if we found out right now, the tour's been extended an extra, 2 weeks, you'd freak out. Your body would freak out, your mind would freak out, you'd lose your mind. It's like you mentally and physically prepare yourself to last as long as the tour is, whether it's 2 weeks or 2 months. You just do it. You got no choice,
So now that you've been on the road with Crowbar for a minute, have you guys gotten the chance to write at all?
We don't really write on tour. We're the true definition, the epitome of a DIY, do-it-yourself band. We don't have crew or anything. We load our own shit in, set our own shit up, change our own strings, the whole 9 yards. So, for us, we get to the venue, it's load-in time, then it's sound check time, then it's, get ready for the show time. Robin does, my wife does, the merch and tour managers in the States. In Europe, we have a different tour manager, but she still does merch. But, for us, it's there's no time to fucking do anything. There's really not, And we found, at least for me, I'm not going to bed. I'm not staying up any later, but I'm sleeping later. Earlier in the tour, it's and every day that goes by, I'm sleeping an extra half hour, 45 minutes, later, where it's I'm just, and I always tell Robin, she's like, God, I was so tired. I said, just listen to your body. I've been doing this for, way more than half my life. I'm just listen to your body. If you're in your bunk and you lay there and you kind of start, I said, if you can't fall asleep, you can't fall asleep. But if you do, then you need it, So that's what I do, man. As far as trying to keep my voice and shit in shape. And singing my style is hard. 14 shows in a row, whatever. But I feel like if I had to do 20, even 30 in a row, I can do it.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome. You and Todd Strange were back at OCD Studios a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Was that just to put some finishing touches on I Am material?
Yeah, Todd was doing some bass tracks. I live a mile from OCD, so for me it's easy. And I hit up Kenny before I left, and I told him, I said, send whatever else you have, and then I'll relearn it, because of course I forgot everything. And do my guitar parts, and if he wants me to do any vocals, backing vocals or any lines or harmonies or whatever I need to do, I said I'll have 6 weeks off before Europe, so I got time to finish that up.
Do we have any prospective sort of release strategy as to when that material might surface?
In reality, I would say in the fall.
Okay.
Early fall, into summer, early fall.
Seems like an appropriate time for it.
Yeah. You don't want to when you get too close, don't release anything. Anybody out there, do not release anything around Thanksgiving or before Christmas, because the fucking Mariah Careys and Taylor Swifts and all of them of the world that are the 1%ers, even Metallica could do it, that's everybody's Christmas present for everybody. And you literally, if you're a more underground band, you literally lose, your initial sales and everything go to shit. They're not there because everybody's saving for the kids and saving for holidays and blah blah. But yeah, that's why you see every year all these big artists, fucking Beyonce or whatever, a Christmas album, and so Dolly Parton put out, something this past Christmas, I think. So all of those, like, the big megastar people, that's their time to release shit.
Always wondered about why that period of time was looked at as not a good time to release stuff, and that makes perfect sense now.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
They kind of rule that time. So even on tour, like, we've learned, I mean, it's not worth touring past about December 10th or something. You kind of got to cut it off because it just becomes a holiday thing.
The other big news, a couple months ago, you and the guys from Down reconvened to start fleshing out new material. Are you able to give any sort of an indication, even if vague, as to what some of those songs are sounding like?
It just sounds like Down. I mean, it sounds refreshing because we haven't done it in so long, gotten together with me and the guys, and done it, in 12 years or something. And so it sounds like Down. I think, to me, it sounds more old school Down. And the reason I say that is I think we got to a point where the Nola record is so simple, and it just wrote itself. It was so simple. And that's how this is coming about, which is great. We're not overthinking it. We're not trying to make things too complex. Philip's not trying to, write so many lyrics and things, and we're not trying to have, we just kind of got I hate to say got away, because anything we do is Down, but to me, we kind of got a little bit, like, we needed to go back and say, look at each other and just go, let's just get in the room and do it like we did from the beginning. And that's what it feels like to me. It's very magical. The ideas and the working together just bounce off of one another. It's a natural thing,
May we hear anything else similar to Doobinterlude, real trippy like that?
Doobinterlude is actually a 4-track thing that Jimmy Bauer did himself. And he brought it as like a riff for the band to maybe write a song around. And we were like, dude, why don't we just put it like halfway through the record?
Man.
So we took his 4-track little cassette tape, and Warren Riker, our producer, it kind of starts out really
right.
lo-fi. We put the crackling in like it's an old vinyl, and then it gets about as sonically good as it can because it's just a unproduced 4-track demo thing, really. So that was a thing Jimmy came up with. So I mean, with that, we never say never with anything. There's no rules, but I love the set. We have 7 songs right now, and I haven't heard them because I was on tour with Crowbar, like we said, in the UK and Ireland, and so Phil and Kate had a crawfish boil over at the house, and in the property and where the studio is and all. And while we were on tour, and everybody got to hear it with vocals except me, and then now I can't, I haven't heard it, so I guess I'm going to have to try to make a trip over there. But Pepper also built kind of a home studio thing in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. He's got like a beach house out there. We're really 2 that are next door to one another. And I talked to him about that right before we left. So we want to do, guitar solos, at least demo them or whatever, and have ideas. And what we call sweetie tracks, which is little licks and things between vocal lines. So in order to do that, we're going to have the vocals. Because nobody's got the tracks with Phil's vocals except Phil. So.
You mentioned the crawfish before. Is that the stuff that when they're cooking it makes you cough?
Some people are seasoning those.
Because when I was with you guys at Scyther Seafood, man, that place, if anybody out there is traveling into New Orleans, Scyther Seafood,
that's great.
Holy
I can't
shit.
wait to hit it with Robin this week when we get home.
Oh, man, I've been thinking about that place so often since I got back. But I'm sitting there at the table with Johnny, and all of a sudden, like, I start coughing, and I'm like, I'm embarrassed because, like, he's on the road all the time. I'm like, oh, shit, is he going to think I have COVID or something like that? And I'm like, why am I coughing? Like, maybe I do. But then he starts coughing. He started coughing, too. So I was like, and then I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, oh, this must be, like, from whatever they're cooking. But,
see,
my
like
God.
For whatever reason, the stuff that you boil, like crawfish, shrimp, and crabs with, is called crab boil, even if it's shrimp or crawfish.
Okay.
So that time of the year, it was probably shrimp and crabs or something. But it's the same seasoning type stuff. And yeah, it's very cayenne pepper. So a lot of people, it'll make you cough or sneeze or something.
Oh, it was so bad. And I almost missed out on that food, too, because, like, so at one point, Johnny gets up, Todd Strange comes over, and he sits down, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous as hell. I'm like, please, God, let me hold it together and everything. So I'm not eating at all, but they're bringing the food out, and they put a plate down on the table, and I'm not touching it. And Todd Strange looks at me, and he goes like, "Don't be bashful." Like,
exactly.
Try it. Yeah, and I knew, like, if Todd Strange is telling me to, like, do something, I'm like, I better damn well do it. Well, Kirk, I don't want to take up any more of your time. You got a birthday to celebrate and a show to play. So I just, on behalf of myself and all the headbangers out there that love Crowbar and love heavy metal, thank you.
Thank you, man. As always, I appreciate it big time, bro.
Oh, it's an honor. It's an honor.
Always a pleasure. And, thanks to all the fans, of course, for all these years of support. Might be getting older, but still young at heart. And that's what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Rockin keeps you young.
Yeah, that's good advice for me. It really is.
It does, man.
Well, all right, Maniacs, that's what we got. If you did like this video, cool, man, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. But until then, we'll see you on Concrete Spew, and I don't know, do whatever you want. Stay crazy, my friends.